Mayong adlaw! ¿Cómo está? This is Ben from Philippines Xtremes, coming to you live from my bed. So, as usual, I didn't know what day it was, but I got a message from one of my friends, and he asked me, "Are you going live?" And I'm like, "Oh, today's Saturday?" Okay, let's do it. So here we are. My back is still tweaked, so I've been able to walk around and crap, but for some reason sitting really hurts, so I elected to do it live, but I'm not gonna sit. I mean, I like you guys and everything, but I don't want to torque my back out just for a live stream. So that's what we're doing here in Cebu, Bao, Cordoba. Spelled Cordova, but it's pronounced Cordoba. So that's what's up, Buttercup. Let's just wait here for some people to come on before I start going into my diatribe. Okay, we got a couple people, so weekly recap. Did a couple videos. Got some subscribers off of them. Not a lot of views, but gained probably 30 or 40 subscribers this week, which is great. You know, I'm at 1699, so hopefully from this stream I'll get 1.7k subscribers. So that's the goal for the day anyways. And still have the electric scooter shop video in the works. Gonna definitely do that. So that's what I'm gonna probably do. The problem with it is that the holidays kind of gummed up the works, and then me torquing my back. But the everything's been closed, and they're doing the fiesta, which is we lost everybody. Well, to you guys, whoever that was that split. But anyways, so everything's been closed. So tomorrow the fiesta is happening, so nothing will be open again. But then the following day, so since today's Saturday, tomorrow is fiesta. So Monday I'll probably cut the video on the scooter and get that posted up maybe Tuesday. So that should be cool. And then maybe by Friday I'll go do that interview that I was talking about last week. So that's what's up. And it's been pretty chill. Just hanging out, trying to recuperate. Stupid. A whole year, you know. And a lot of people criticize and they go, you come to the Philippines and you don't have cash or whatever, but so what? If you can come here and experience, a great time. Like I've been here a whole year, and living, off of peanuts basically, and loving life and experiencing new things and new situations and new stuff. So, how many people can say that they lived in the Philippines for a whole year? I lived in the Philippines before, but to be able to do it again after the pandemic and everything, for a whole year, not many people can say that they did that in life. So it's a win-win for me. And if you can get here and do the same thing, how much better, and how many memories will you make and what will come of your experience, So the people that are putting it off and too afraid to take the plunge, you're missing out on a enriching and fantastic opportunity to experience and do fantastic things. So been here a year, and even if you just came for a week, 2 weeks, just got the taste of it, get it in your mind and absorb it to see if this is the place for you. Then you can come here and live the life that you want to live. You can't live that life that you want to live where you're at right now. If you could, you'd be doing it. You're living right now. You're in the States and you're unfulfilled. You don't want to admit it, but you are. And what's keeping you? What's holding you back? Yourself and your fear is what's holding you back. And I know a lot of people are in the stages of building up towards it. That's different. But the people that are just living vicariously through YouTubers and never really gonna pull the trigger, you're wasting opportunity. This is your life. This is the one life that you've been given, and you're gonna live it on societal norms and stigmas and not experience what you could be experiencing. You're cheating yourself, man. Get out of get out of Dodge. What comes? What fulfillment are you having living where you're living right now? You're unfulfilled. You are. Live life. This is your one chance, fancy. Grab it. Grab it by the balls and go for it. Experience life on your own terms. Don't waste it away. Wallowing in obscenity and wishing you did things and keep pushing it back. I'll do that next month. I'll do that next year. Before you know it, 10 years have gone by and you haven't done anything. Don't be that guy. What is that quote that says, in 10 years you'll have more regrets of what you didn't do than what you did do? So, do it. Do what you need and want to do for your own fulfillment. ¿Cómo está? What's up, Paul? So, yeah, man, I mean, there are people that literally, just been to the Philippines once, maybe. The wind blowing through my mic. Oh, okay. Hey, Lily, when you come back, can you get the microphone for me? Because the fan is drowning out the sound. Thanks, Checkmate. I'll have that fixed in a second here. The mic will fix it. But here, I'll turn the fan off until I get the mic. I don't have aircon, so it's so hot and humid here that I have to have the fan. But normally I'm out in the other room, but I got a back issue right now and I can't sit, so I decided to sit in the other room, and the baby's in here and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, everything's going well with the baby, and my horrific drinking injury is almost halfway better. So, but for some reason I just can't sit. It hurts my back. The microphone?
Yeah.
I don't know where the microphone is. Oh, maybe it's in my shorts. In the bottom pocket. Not the actual pockets, but the bottom pockets. Anyways, so as I was saying, you got one life to live. Live it. Don't cheat yourself in that humdrum of the West. where everybody's living in fear and afraid of each other and ignoring each other. It's a waste. I don't need. Uh, get us a massage. You know, I'm weird, man. I've never had a massage in my life. I've gotten um, bonuses from work and crap that gave me free massages at like fancy places, and I just gave them away to people. I have this thing. I don't like strangers touching me. Here, hopefully that's better. Now I'm turning back on the fan. But I hear they're pretty amazing. Anyways, so hopefully that's better. Checkmate. Let me know if it's still bad. This does have a wind breaker thing on it. Okay, cool. Thanks, bro. Um, yeah, I don't know. People, it's a thing, you know. They're so affordable here that a lot of people do get them. But me, I've never had one. Never had one. I give massages, but I've never even gotten one before. Not even like a personal one at home. So hopefully everybody had a good week. Hopefully, you know, whatever you're doing there is working your way towards something better. You know, I couldn't imagine being, you know, anywhere else but here. Maybe I'm fooling myself and I'm whatever, but being over there it's just so depressing to me. It's unfulfilling. Just the thought of maybe having to go back sucks. I don't even want to think about it. It gives me bad dreams, like nightmares. So I went over and I made a video of this dude's apartment, and it was pretty rad. Like he's an older dude. He's got, you know, his property. Um, any feedback? Um, oh, I went over and I talked to him. He didn't even watch the video. He's got you know, he's an older dude, so he's kind of got, when he has a focus, he just focuses on one thing. And right now he's trying to figure out how to get his car registered. So he's still working on that, and he's been spending like all day on Google, but banging his head against the wall trying to figure it out. So I guess once a year you have to get your car smog tested, and when he bought it, it had already been smog tested, so he doesn't know really how to do it. So I keep meaning to figure it out for him, but I haven't yet. But on that note, I'm going to snatch that apartment up. It's just so much better. I mean, I pay 4,000 peso a month here in this apartment, and you know, it's your standard typical Filipino apartment. This place, they built like a Western style apartment, like a separate building, for, you know, renting out. And it's got literally like most like things that you would have in an American apartment, except for a stove. He had a stove, but I guess it broke, and so they sold it for scrap or something. But I have a little thing I can cook on. So, anyways, we're gonna move into it. When I talked to him the other day, he like sweetened the pot. He's like, "Well, I'd really like you guys to move in," and I'm like, Well, I showed it to Lily, and Lily's like, "Oh, this is so awesome." So we're gonna take it. We're gonna move into it. I contacted my landlord already here, and she's sad to see us go because it's guaranteed. It's good to have a foreigner tenant. And so she's not digging. Having us split, but she's also a really sweet woman. So she's happy that um, that Lily will be in a place that's more conducive to having a kid, because out here is totally cool. You guys know I always talk about it, how I love living out here. It's private, it's quiet. Um, um, it's private, it's quiet. There's no real noises. There's dogs, but none of that. No street noise or anything. So it'll be a little bit different. It'll be louder there because it is right on the street. But in general, Cordova is just a pretty quiet place. In our barangay, it's pretty quiet. Yeah, it's a nice place. But this place that I live in is also pretty chill too. I mean, I'm sure that if somebody wanted to snatch this place up, the landlord would love having a foreigner here, and it is super quiet. The only problem for moving forward for us really is like carrying groceries and the baby. Like, we're back at the very end of the barangay, the very, very end of it, which is why it's so quiet. So some of the roads aren't even developed. So you've still got coral outcroppings, because Cebu, this part of Cebu used to be in the ocean, so there's coral outcroppings everywhere, and they haven't paved it. So it's real rustic, and coming in and out of here is kind of a pain in the neck. So we walk from the street, and it's not quite a mile, but maybe it's about 3/4 of a mile. And when you got bags and bags of groceries and stuff, and plus a baby, it's kind of a burden. So there's no cabinet space here either, and that place has ample storage. It's got its own fridge. I bought a fridge when I moved here, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with my stuff. But it's got table, chairs, couches, the whole deal. Separate rooms. This place is essentially a kitchen and a bedroom with a tiny, tiny bathroom. But that place has a shower and, the whole nine. So, and it comes with the internet. So we're paying $4,000 at this place, plus $1,500 for internet. And that place is $4,000 with internet included. And we pay $300 for water. And it's all inclusive. So the only thing we have to pay for that's different in that place is the electricity, and it has air conditioning. And as you guys know, I don't use air conditioning. I just have fans. So I probably won't use it very much, but I bet you I'll use it. So my electric bill might go up a little bit. Yeah, I've tried to schedule a couple of times to film apartments, but something happened and it fell through in the past. So, but it didn't get a lot of views. A lot of people weren't very interested in it, but it to me it gives people a good sense of what's available. But a lot of people don't want to live out here. They want to live, though. That's why it's extreme, man. That's why we're the extreme ones, because we live like Filipinos. But it should be pretty different, like living there. He's got a lot of expat friends, and they stop by. That's how I met him. I met this other guy on the street one day. He was drunk American guy. He was wasted, and he's like, "Hey, come meet my friend. I'm staying at his house." And it was the guy that was living in the apartment before, and so he's got like a lot of people that stop by and know him, So I'll probably I anticipate anyways meeting more foreigners and maybe having opportunities to to meet, interview more people or something. I don't know. I like doing interviews, but it's kind of hard to get people that want to go on camera. A lot of people are real camera shy, it seems. I meet a lot of people, but they often don't want to go on camera. Like I was going to that Smokin' Abby's Cafe a lot, and I'd meet a foreigner almost every time, but nobody wanted to go on camera. Yeah, it's definitely secure. There's two entries, but the main entry into the apartment has this iron gate. Dude, you should rent this place, man. This place is totally secure too. There's two awesome guard dogs with a big, huge gated entry. You can park your scooter here or whatever you got. That's free, and it's only $4K, and it's totally quiet. And if you have your own scooter, you can ride in here. When I rented a scooter, we came in and out of here no problem. But I mean, our landlord would love it. Would love to have another foreigner. She's sorry to see us go for sure. But yeah, this is an awesome place to live. Super quiet. You don't have to deal with. They do have chickens out here and stuff, so that might bother some people. But I'm different. I like the nature. I like the chickens, and they have turkeys here and whatnot. But yeah. I mean, talk to me, message me on Messenger and whatever. But she likes to rent quick. Another guy moved out of here recently, and she already re-rented that place. So if you're interested, let me know, and we can nail it down for you. But it's a cool place to live. I mean, it's super quiet. Nothing behind you. I've shown it. It's pretty nice. I dig it, and it's affordable. $4,000 a month. Give me a break. Perfect for one person too. It was just one dude. I mean, me and Lily lived here. We got 2 animals, and it's been absolutely fine for us. If you furnish it a little bit better. We didn't even furnish it. I just bought a cheap table and a couple of stools, basically, and a refrigerator. But if you want to move into it, that other place that I'm moving into has a huge refrigerator. And I have this fridge here, and I don't want it. I mean, it's a nice fridge. I paid like $16,000, or was it $15,000? I don't remember. But basically, like $300 for it. And I'd like to kind of work a deal with the landlord where she just kept the fridge, but that way I don't have to move it. But if not, I'll take it over there and throw it up on Marketplace and see if I can't get some pesos for it. But yeah, man. So that'll be good. That'll be really good. Like, definitely a change. It'll be louder. It'll definitely be louder. Tricycles going by all day long and whatnot. And I'm kind of spoiled back here. We don't have any of that. No traffic at all. But it's still quiet, I lived, near Manila, and it was loud all night. You'd get the motorcycles rolling by at 3 a.m. with their header pipes on, or whatever you call them, on their exhaust, all night long. But it won't be like that over there. It's pretty chill here in Cordoba. So yeah, I was hoping there'd be more people up in here. Hey, Goldie, relax. My dog's getting a little stir crazy lately because I've been injured, but whatever. You lived in Manila? Nice. I'm sure it's a lot different now. It seems like it is anyways. I've heard some stories. but I didn't live in Manila. I just lived like an hour and a half outside of it, or 2 hours outside of it. But where do you live now, Checkmate? Are you in the States or are you here in the Philippines? Oh, you're in the States? That sucks. I mean, I don't know. It would suck for me. I don't know if it sucks for you. Hopefully, you can. Well, yeah, I mean, you can enjoy wherever you live. No complaints. So that's good. That's good. I just don't like it. I don't like the politics. I don't like the atmosphere of it all. I just like it here. It's being a foreigner, you're kind of like far removed from all that stuff. There's politics here, but I don't speak it, the language, so I never really hear about it, and you can't really get involved in it. A lot of people um, stay saturated in American politics here, and I just think that's kind of silly. Why bother? You know, if you're gonna be an expat, then be an expat. You know, back in the day when people called themselves expats, it didn't mean what it means now. Expats mean you're expatriated yourself from your home country, you know. And now people are just throwing the term around. Yeah, politics is definitely a choice, that's for sure. But me, you know, if I'm going to be an expat, I'm going to be a real expat. Expatriate. Me, politics and I have an interesting history. I was real vested in it my whole life, and I did certain things. You know, I was very involved, and um, I became like so boxed into my one view, you know, and ultimately in the end it just became negative. So I pretty much just stepped out of that, and now I'm one of those people that says they got their head in the clouds. Well, I have some opinions on that, but I won't go into them. Who cares? I've been dying to make a video lately, um, ranting about some of that, but I don't want to make people mad, or maybe I do. I don't know. Um, Birthing costs, man. Okay, dig this. Um, Partly, I mean, sorry. Um, I'm going to talk about birthing costs after I hit Checkmate's question real quick, Paul. That's partly the reason why the pandemic. I had a certain view on the pandemic, and I got really, really invested in it, and lost friends, lost family, really, really changed, you know, kind of everything, and kind of put things into perspective for me. And so after all that inundation of all that crap that happened in those 3 years, coming here was like a breath of fresh air, because it was just such a different kind of vibe. So partly for that, partly because I just like how I feel in the Philippines. I feel free, and you know, they say United States is the land of the free, but I don't feel free there. I don't feel free at all. So here, I feel like all that has been lifted off my shoulders. So yeah, so birthing costs, man. Okay, check this out. I met this guy from Utah. His wife was born here in Abao, and they've been living together. He did the K1, took her to Utah, and they what's the best part of being a conspiracy theorist? No myocarditis. Exactly. Anyways, so I met this guy from Utah, and he was here. It was his kid's 1 year birthday, and it's kind of a tradition where they really go all out. If you have money, the Filipinos will really go all out for their kid's 1 year birthday, which seems kind of silly to me because the kid has no idea, that this huge party is being thrown for them at that age. But anyways, so I got to kind of know him a little bit. He was only here for 2 weeks, and he left like 2 days after we had the baby. But we were talking about what I paid, and he was telling me that he and his wife are planning to have another baby, and they talked to their pediatrician or whatever, and the cost is 15,000 US bucks. 15,000 US bucks. Now, even if you go to a private hospital here, just a regular one, like the lady that we had it set up for, who was private doctor at her own private hospital, it was going to be 80K peso all in. 80K all in, right? That's for everything. That's for a cesarean. And that's, not having to run around and do all the crap that I had to do where we ended up. So that's a really, really good price. Now, if you have the local health insurance, it's called PhilHealth, and you do it right, you can spend, like 50K on a cesarean, and just for a normal birth, it would be even less. It would be like 30 or 40,000 peso. So, really, really affordable, and you don't go into debt. I mean, the dude that I met from Utah, they're going to have another kid and he's going to pay it 15,000. I'm like, bro, why don't you just come back here? But when you have a kid here, it takes like 4 months to get the kid out of the country if it's born here. So, that would also factor into the cost, but it still would be less than 15,000. But yeah, the birthing costs here are really, really affordable. So, having a kid here is a good idea in that sense, because you can get top-notch healthcare, especially, in Manila or Changhua Hospital, which is more expensive. It's even more expensive than the 80K at Changhua. But still a lot less than what you would pay in the States. So definitely affordable. So I don't want to say I recommend it, but I do. I kind of do recommend it if you're going to have kids. Philippines is a place that you can have them and not go into debt. Yeah, that was through his employee's insurance, and I thought that was high when he said 15,000. I know when I had a kid, but that was in the 90s. We had Blue Cross Blue Shield through my wife's work, or my son's mom's work, and we ended up paying less than $1,000 for everything. But that was in the 90s. I'm sure it's more expensive, but yeah, if you have a good health insurance plan, 15,000 sounds crazy, but that's what he said he was looking at paying, which is insane. But everybody's health insurance is different. Some people have good plans, some people have mediocre plans, all different prices all over the board, I would imagine. Yeah. I said 1,000, but It's funny. We were really young. We had Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it was through um, my son's mom had PERS. She was working for a college, so she got the those good benefits, and we kept getting mail. In the mail, we had a stack of letters that we were like afraid to open because we didn't think we could afford it. And we started to open them, and it was all paid, 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 and it was less than $1,000. We're talking like each bill was like $20 or something for this or that and the other thing, and really, really affordable. And that was in the '90s, also. Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I hear it's not as good now. Steak and lobster dinner. That's pretty fantastic. That's quite a perk. Boeing hooks the dudes up, I guess. That's a good place to work for sure. So where are the usual suspects? We got a couple of you guys, Paul and Checkmate. Where are the regulars? Sometimes they come on after I've been on about an hour or so. But so yeah. Oh, there's my. Last week I should have like really praised you, Beach of Life, for that super sticker, because that was my first one. It's still my first and only, but that was really awesome of you. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I should have. Before I signed off, I should have thanked you again. So I forgot to thank you again. So thank you again. That was really cool, thoughtful. I appreciate it. My first super sticker from the Beach of Life. It was fantastic. So good evening, man. Hope all is well over there. I just met a guy who was moving over to your neck of the woods like 2 days ago. He came in stayed in Cebu, and he's headed to Bohol, and he's gonna live there for the rest of his life. I'm like, oh, I know a dude that lives there. He loves it. Living the dream in Bohol. God is good. Indeed, brother. That's fantastic. I'm glad that everything is rocking and rolling the way that you want to, the way that you want it to. It's fantastic. That's what we gotta recount all the fantastic things that come from living in this phenomenal place. Change you, change your life, change everything. God is good. That's right. So are they doing a big fiesta there in Bohol too, like they are in Cebu, or is that just a Cebu thing? Probably countrywide, I would imagine. They're going nuts here. Like, fiesta's tomorrow, the official party, but I mean, they've been partying it up for like the last week, getting prepped for it. Oh, you're coming to Cebu? Oh, fantastic. What is? Do you know what? Hey, Lily, do you know what Sinulog is? What's Sinulog?
It's similar to Pista, but it's the whole Cebu like celebrating it. Like, the popular come here.
Oh, so it's kind of like a fiesta, but it's not the fiesta. So it's some other event. Man, they just had New Year's here, so I was surprised that they're having another big, huge thing. New Year's was awesome, man. They the Filipinos go all out on their fireworks. It's fantastic. I love fireworks, man. And everybody had these killer motors, um, the ones that shoot up, create the like professional kind of fireworks. It's crazy, and everybody, back in that big field, I could see all of Cordoba and everybody that was shooting off things, and they paid some dough for that stuff, man, and it was pretty cool. They don't spare any expense. They went nuts on it. It was awesome. Yes, they do. I like things that go boom. But I was born on the 4th of July. And so every year, everybody would give me um, fireworks, And back then, you could get the illegal stuff that it was legal then, but now it's all illegal. But I would get so many fireworks, I'd have them all year. I couldn't even shoot them all off. My uncles would all give me like $100 worth of fireworks. $100 back then was a lot. So we'd do crazy stuff with it. We'd like open them up, pour them all out, all the powder and everything, and then wrap them up in duct tape and make our own kind of bombs. We had fun. We had fun with the fireworks and bottle rockets and mortars and everything. It was great. But I haven't done a lot of hard rock mining where you need the TNT and the dynamite. Just dredging and high banking and metal detecting. But really, the hard rock is where the money's at if you can pull it off. 50 years. That's crazy. I remember in it was like 2010 or something. I was living in Oregon and I went to Washington and I went to the reservation and I joke. I bought a bunch of illegal stuff, like bottle rockets and Roman candles and crap. And me and my kid, we were shooting off fireworks, and the cops came and they took everything that I got. The guy threw me up against the wall and handcuffed me and everything. It was so ridiculous over fireworks, you know. I was at my home, a homeowner with I think he was like 10 years old or something, over fireworks. It's like, dude, man, chill out. I think I was really baked at the time. If I wouldn't have been like really baked at the time, I wouldn't have tolerated it. But I just like puffed, and then dude was doing all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, "What's going on, man? Hey, you know." Which, by the way, I don't do that anymore. But back in the day, I did. And so, when you get that way, you're a little bit more docile and a little bit more passive. But if I would have been sober, I would have been like, dude, bug off. What are you doing? Abu Sayyaf? Yes. How did you know? It's the hat. Gave me away. The hat gave me away. So, when is that Sinulog, Michael? I don't know if you have time to fit it in, but if you can, we should meet up. WhatsApp. No, I'm not. I have Messenger, and I recently opened a Viber account for this dude that I used to know from Guam. He's like, I want to talk to you, but I don't want to, because I don't have a way to call the States or nothing. So I set up a Viber, or is it Viber? Yeah, Viber. But WhatsApp, I don't have WhatsApp. I suppose I could get it. But yeah, if you have time or whatever, I don't know how long you're going to be here or whatnot. If you can fit it in, and we should try to meet up. Yeah, you can come check out my new pad. Well, when is this Sinulog thing? We live in a Baobao Cordoba. That's why I'm always like, coming to you live from a Baobao Cordoba. But my new place will be really a lot easier to get to. Cebu and January 18th. Oh yeah, I'll be in the new place by then. It'll be a lot easier to find. That'll be cool. If you can fit us into your busy schedule, that is. Oops, sorry. January 18th. It's like another week and a half or something. A Baobao is IBABOA. No, AO. A Baobao. IBABAO. It's really easy to find. It's right where Lapu-Lapu and Cordoba meet, which is the CC Lex Bridge is the divider. So once you hit the CC Lex right there on your right, if you're coming towards Cordoba, you take the very first left, and then that's a Baobao. It's the first barangay in Cordoba. Really easy to find. A lot of people go to Cordoba for the 10,000 roses. So if you're headed out, if you've been to 10K roses, you have to go that way past the CC Lex. But it's a lot. It's not 10,000 roses at the end of Cordoba towards the bay. And we're right in the beginning of Cordoba. Can't miss it. Yeah, it's pretty easy to find. 30 minutes. Oh, so where are you going to be staying in Mactan or Cebu City? Oh, okay. IT Park. Yeah, that is about 30 minutes. But if you come across the CC Lex, then you would be taking a right once you get across the water. So you take a right after you get across the water, and then you take the very first left. Real simple, really easy. And at my new place, It's a straight shot from there on the main road. If you tried to find this place where I'm at right now, it'd be a little bit harder, but the new place would be really easy to find. So you're bringing your bike on the ferry. That's cool. Nice. That should be fun. Doing that whole trip and doing the party in at the Sinew Log or whatever you called it. I forget. I'm still gonna do that electric vehicle video. By the way, you weren't here when I was talking about it earlier. With the Fiesta that's going on, everything's been closed, so I'm waiting for all this commotion to die down, and then I'll go over and do it. Yeah, I went across the CC Lex on a scooter, usually on a taxi, but it's pretty cool, man. You get a good bird's eye view of the water, and it's a nice ride across there. We did it a couple of times, and we went out to Talisai on the bike and took the CC Lex there and back. It's pretty awesome. You'll enjoy that for sure. It's a nice ride. Oh, you're going to 10K Roses? It's funny, man. You know, I grew up in Portland, and I probably said this too many times, but I grew up in Portland, and they call it the City of Roses because, you know, we got a lot of roses there, and they have the Rose Festival, and it's a big deal. So, Lily was talking about she wants to go to 10K Roses, and I'm like, they have roses in the Philippines? Really? I didn't know they could grow them here. And she's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." Something got lost in translation there. So we hightail it out there. We took a jeep and then ended up walking forever. And I get there, and there are these plastic roses with like lights on them. I just started laughing, but you know, because I was expecting them to be like roses, and I had this conversation with her about roses, and it just, you know, kind of went over each other's heads. We didn't communicate that very well. So when I saw the plastic white fake flowers with lights on them, I got a kick out of that. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, especially we were there right before the sun went down, so the view, you know, over the bay and whatnot, and they've got several cool restaurants. We ate at a restaurant that was on the water, you know, real affordable food. And we didn't eat at the cafe, the 10K Rose Cafe, but people say that's one of the best places to eat right there. Or they have the best coffee mochas in Cebu. That's what they tell me, anyways. But we just hung out there, and a lot of people go there. It's a it's a really attractive, romantic tourist destination. We kind of had a heck of a time getting to it, so I was a little bit in a mood when we got there. But it was nice. It was pretty nice. Pretty views, nice people, good foods to eat. Right? Hmm? Yep. She agrees. Okay, I'll check that email out um, after I log off of here in a little while. But yeah, that if you can fit us in to, you know, your journey or whatever, that'd be cool. There's not really any great restaurants in Cordoba though, or to like meet up at or anything or to do. We could go to Miyako's Tacos. It's been a while since I've been to Miyako's Tacos. Kind of wannabe Mexican food, but it's not bad. Big, huge tacos for like 120 pesos. Always super full when I go there. That'd be cool. You guys are gonna have fun. Got any words of wisdom to say, Lily?
No, I'm sleeping.
Sleeping. Oh, okay. She's sleeping. Miyako's Tacos. All right. Cool. That's right on the other side in Lapu-Lapu, so real close also. Just on the other side of the CC Lex. Miyako's Tacos. It's not the greatest food. It's like wannabe Mexican, but it's okay. It's decent. All right, bro. I'll check out that email. And sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll talk soon. Take care, you. You take care also, bro. Adios, amigo. I'm still waiting for Elvis to enter the building. Haven't seen Elvis today. We got a big goose egg up there. It says 0. But I know Paul's still here. Yeah, you would think there'd be more of a Mexican kind of cuisine scene here, but there really isn't. I mean, foreigners have tried to establish them, and I know I'm isolated, and I don't go the extra mile to find the good eatery type stuff, but I know that there's good pizzas and there's good hamburgers, like Western style stuff, and there's good Italian places too. But I haven't branched out and found them. So I found this one wannabe kind of Miyako taco place, and I just stick to it. I'm not hard to please, but you would think that there would be more of a Mexican cuisine scene here, since, like you said, Philippines and Mexico are kind of similar, but it's not huge. It's not a thing really. I know, right? Seems like it would be a staple, especially with the Spanish influence, of the past. But it didn't really permeate the culture like tortillas. There's no tortillas. Like, I go to this place at Gasano Mall, and they make these things. They're like wraps, and they use beef, and it's almost a tortilla that they wrap it in, but it's different. It's not quite a tortilla. But you would think there would be like tortillas here, like everywhere, but there aren't. Yeah, I've been craving steak. I want a nice, bloody, juicy steak. Watched some videos on um, YouTube the other day. It was like a montage of Gordon Ramsay cooking steak. I'm like, oh man, how I wish that could. I just take that off your hands, there, Gordon. But ain't no good steaks around here. I bought 2 steaks here, and they were like rubber. There's nothing I could do. Yeah, I got spoiled, man. In my small town, it's a cattle ranching town, and it's a poor town. So um, the cattle ranch gets tax write-offs if they give discounts on their meat to the locals. So I could get 2 huge grass-fed steaks for $5. So good. I eat steak all the time. Got kind of spoiled. $5, and they were tender and juicy and good. Yeah, right. And this was, 2 years ago. So pretty awesome. Yeah. Well, like you and I were talking, evidently Masbate is where they do all the beef. So maybe Masbate has better options. But from what I've read, you know, beef needs to be cured, and they don't really have that technique down here. What they do, evidently, is they kill the cow and they cut it up and they sell it. They don't really do any kind of aging of the meat, so that lends to tenderness and more flavor and whatnot. Because I'm telling you, bro, like I went to a butcher shop here and they had steak, and I bought one steak, came home, cooked it the way that I normally would, and I could not chew it. It was like, the proverbial rubber, right? It was terrible. So then I bought another one, and I used, techniques to make it more tender, and soaked it and whatnot, and it was the same. It was like I couldn't do anything to it to make it edible. So I haven't bought any since. But I know that if you go to a more westernized store, you can get decent steaks, because I know several expats here, and even the Gary guy that has that apartment, he buys steaks at the grocery store in Cebu City, and he says they're great. So I know it's possible, but I haven't branched out, and I'm cheap. So I figure I don't need to spend, I got spoiled on my $5 steaks. So if I'm going to spend like $30 or something on a steak, it's kind of ridiculous. I'll just stick to adobo. Nothing's really close. Like, even Shakey's pizza is kind of iffy. Not bad though. But a couple of weeks, or no, about a month ago, we had some pizza that was pretty darn good. It was ran by like a A guy from Belgium, something like that. But he makes good pizzas. Excuse me. I don't know. I mean, she'd go where I went, but I really wouldn't want to live either one of those places. Um, I wouldn't mind visiting and seeing, but it'd be kind of like I'd have to do exploratory trips to see if even I wanted to live there. But I got to me the Philippines is where I want to live for the rest of my life. I I really like living here, and I would like living probably other places too. But I'm kind of a creature of habit. Yeah, the definitely better food, and yeah, Vietnam I hear is cheaper, especially. Um, but I just like the Philippines, man. I like the people, which is not to say I wouldn't like the people there. I don't know. I've never been there really, but there's a lot that I can do here, and I'm kind of getting integrated into here. And the more I know people, the more my vision gets focused on what I can do here. So this is where I want to live until I leave the earth. But we do plan to do a little traveling when we can get her passport. Such a pain in the butt. We started trying to get her ID months and months ago. Here they have what's called the national ID. They implemented it right before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, and a lot of people never received their national IDs. So she had applied for it back then and never received it. So I'm like, well, okay, let's see if we can't get it for you. And we applied for it months ago, and they said it would be there in 30 days. But it's like I said, it's been months and she still doesn't have it. So we can't move forward on getting her a passport until we get that thing. So it's kind of a bummer. But eventually, once we get all her documents, then I would like to take her, somewhere like that. Thailand would be fantastic. Eat some good Thai food. Yummy. But Vietnam would be cheaper. No, it hasn't. I went to the post office. I made a video of it. But then when I went through the video, there was a bunch of problems with the audio, so I couldn't really post it. But I went down to downtown Cordoba and asked around to try to find the post office. Went, through alleyways and construction sites, and finally found the post office. And it was basically just like a little office with a hole in the wall with a couple dudes sitting around and stacks and stacks of paperwork everywhere. And they went through everything to see if I had any mail, and I didn't. So no, hasn't showed up yet. They took down my phone number, my address, and they're supposedly going to text me and call me. I met the mail carrier, the guy who will deliver it. He was really proud too. He's like, "I'm the mail carrier." He takes it pretty serious, but no, hasn't shown up yet, which is a little bit of alarming. But man, I mean, we didn't put very much money in the local bank here, but now that I'm even trying to pinch peso, I can't believe how little we live on, you know, and hurting my back is, made me not venture out much. So we're not spending very much money. I know, right? It'll come like, well, he said he would call first, so um, it'd be easier for him to find where the new place is. So, and Google AdSense wanted me to verify our address. So I got to go back and talk to the post office people and tell them I'm expecting something from Google AdSense too. So uh, at that point in time, I'll tell them our new address. So it sucks. We ordered some stuff on Amazon, and it's so rigged, man. We ordered some stuff on Lazada first. Ordered a little crib and some baby clothes. And I don't use fluoride, so I always order fluoride-free toothpaste. You can't buy it anywhere here, so you got to order it online. And some of the delivery drivers, they don't want to come back to where we are. So when they get the order, they'll just say, I canceled. And they don't even try to deliver it. So they did that with our crib, and they did that with our toothpaste too. And so I thought, well, Amazon should be better. So we did Amazon, and the same thing. I got alert saying that you canceled your order confirmation. I'm like, I didn't even cancel any order, but the drivers will just cancel it and say that you canceled it. It's crap. So Amazon needs to get their own local courier, because they use Flash Express PH and they use Ninja Van, and it's all depending on the contracted driver, who's essentially some dude on a scooter. And if he knows the area well enough and he sees where he has to go, he'll just say, "Oh, I'm not going there," and he'll cancel it. So that's what happened from Lazada and Amazon. So I would have liked to seen, the smoothness, because people have been bragging about their awesome orders from Amazon. But so far, no good. Supposedly on January 11th, I'm going to have some shirts from Amazon delivered and some diapers. But the other two things we ordered were canceled. So just depends on the driver. Same thing happened when I was still in the States. I was sending not a lot of things, but yeah, that sucks, especially in that town with all the drug addicts and whatnot that steal your packages. Porch pirates, whatever they call them. All right. Well, you're checking out, so I will check out. It's essentially just me and you chit-chatting here. So, yeah, message me later, bro. And thanks for stopping by. So I'm going to sign off also. Hope you have a good week. Hopefully I'll talk to you in the meantime, catch up, and God bless, and we'll see you next week. Later, bro. And to anybody else that might be watching or listening or whatever, thanks for stopping by. Feel free to just subscribe to my channel.
I'm at 1,699 subscribers. I want that one subscriber to tick over into 1.7K. So come on, everybody. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you soon.